Piaget talks about assimilation and accommodation. Assimilation is when a child gathers new information based upon their experiences and past experiences, and accommodation is when they use that new knowledge trying to make sense of their world. For example, a child could see a zebra for the first time. They may say, oh, it's a horse. That is sort of their assimilation. They're trying to make sense of what they're seeing based on a past experience. And so when they try to accommodate, they could say, look at the different properties of that zebra and say, oh, it's a horse with stripes. Well, okay, I can see where they're going with that. But until they learn the proper name of a zebra, they're going to accommodate by using the properties of a horse and the properties of a zebra, trying to connect and make connections. Also, another example of assimilation and accommodation. When you were growing up, you grew up around a racial schema, socioeconomic schema, and that was your environment, that was your world. And you may have seen these things all around you your whole life. You grew up adding more and more information about your world, your society, and you base things off of your experiences. But it wasn't until you went off to college that, hey, what I confronted in my mind, what I see, well, that's not what I thought. It's not that you're gathering new information. You're having to rearrange and reorganize the information that you gained growing up, or maturation or maturing, into a new schema based upon your social interactions. And so those are the types of things that we talk about with assimilation and accommodation. Basically, you're using that knowledge that you gained to create further knowledge and further deductions. And once again, going from that concrete thinking to abstract thinking, that different type of thinking. So how can I use that in the classroom? You've heard differentiated instruction. You've heard scaffolding. We've heard this over and over and over. Rigor, higher order questioning, all of these things that we've heard. How can we put Piaget's cognitive learning thinking within our classrooms? Here's how. We need to look and to observe our children, see where they are. We have a clear goal as to where we're going to go. We have our lesson plans, we have our curriculum guides, we have our year at a glance. We have the big picture of where we want to go. We have to see where our children are so that we can bring them up to where they need to be. Some children do have gaps in their learning. And there's also our English language learners and our ESE children as well. We have to look where they are, see what type of experiences they have, learn how they learn, and scaffold, chunk it, break it up, give them different outlooks into how we can build them up to get them to where they want to be. And with Piaget, he's saying, hey, children only have this type of capacity once they get past this stage. Did he have a couple of critics? Yes, he did. He did, because they're saying that some kids can mature faster than others, some can do things faster than others. But overall, I really think that Piaget had a good grasp on how children learn and how children think. It makes sense of saying that we're a product of our environment, yes, but we're also a product of our experiences, how we shape the world, how we vision the world, and how we shape it in our minds. And so I thoroughly enjoyed reading up on Piaget and learning about that and how I can incorporate it into my classroom, just based on a cyclic type of thing. I have a post on my PowerPoint showing you, let them observe the problem, deduce it, and go through so they can have connections. That's what we're looking for. How you can base what you're learning now, make a connection so that you can make a further connection so that learning can take place. And as educators, that's our job. And that's what we need to do. And I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you for listening. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.